What's up guys, and welcome to the next deck tech video. Today we are jumping back into Modern with the high variance, high power level deck, Hollow One. This is one of the most explosive decks in Modern and can even pull off a turn 1 Hollow One on a fairly regular basis. The downside to this deck is the variance, as it is very much a high risk, high reward strategy, which we will talk about a bit more throughout this video. Before we get into the deck, I do want to mention we are using the list by Max McVetti, who was able to make it into the top 8 of GP Hartford with this deck. The list is really sweet, so let's get right into it. This deck is looking to discard and cycle tons of cards so it can cast as many Hollow Ones as possible for free. There's a lot of graveyard recursion built in, as you will be discarding the majority of your cards. Let's start with the discard spells that will help you discard crazy amounts of cards. A playset of Burning Inquiry, Faithless Looting, and Goblin Lore all help you pitch cards extremely quickly. Burning Inquiry in particular can also do some work to the opponent's hand, as both players must draw and discard 3 cards. If the opponent kept a sketchy hand or they are relying on a specific card, there's actually a decent chance that you will make them discard what they need. Faithless Looting is also fantastic as it has Flashback. This not only allows you to get double duty out of a single card, but it also means that if you pitch it to another discard effect, you still get your use out of it. Additionally, it is great against Lantern Control, as it can help you dig out of the lock whether they mill it or not. The rest of the instants and sorceries are made up of 4 Lightning Bolts, 1 Fatal Push, and 1 Collective Brutality. These cards all offer some interaction with the opponent and can help you dig out of a sticky situation if need be. Bolt and Brutality can also get in for the last few points of damage if you find yourself in a stalled board. Moving to the creature package, we can see just how quickly this deck can get off the ground. Ideally, our turn 1 play would be one of the 4 Flameblade Adepts from Amonkhet. Built-in evasion and the ability to punch through for tons of damage when you cycle and discard cards makes this card perfect for this deck. From there, we of course have our playset of Hollow Ones, which hopefully can be played for free, a playset of Street Wraith to help cycle through our deck, and a playset of Bloodghast and Flamewake Phoenix to bring back from our graveyard and start punching through damage. We also have 3 Gurmag Anglers and 1 Tasigur the Golden Fang, which can help get through some of the bigger creature decks when need be. Due to the amount of cards you will be discarding, it is also incredibly easy to delve out both the Angler and Tasigur extremely quickly. With this creature package, it is easy to see how this deck can pile on damage faster than a lot of other decks in the format. Unfortunately, it is subject to having high varied lines of play. Because you're relying on mostly random discard for this deck to function, it is highly possible to have to discard a Hollow One or an Angler that you're really wanting to play. Thankfully, having cards like Bloodghast and Phoenix help to even out some of these effects, but unfortunately that is not always the case. In short, this deck has a very high ceiling but also a very low floor, and it can be easy to lose matches due to discarding the wrong cards, or just not finding the discards in the first place. To finish out the main deck, we have 18 lands. Our fetch lands consist of 4 Bloodstained Mires, 2 Scalding Tarns, and 2 Wooded Foothills. For shock lands, we have 3 Blood Crypts and 1 Stomping Ground. We also have 3 Blackcleave Cliffs, as this deck is looking to play fast, and of course a basic swamp and 2 basic mountains to round us out. Important note, we run a lot of fetch lands in this deck as we want to be able to trigger landfall on Bloodghast as often as possible. Moving to the sideboard, we have a fairly self-explanatory list. 2 Ancient Grudges gives us outs against artifact-based decks. An extra 2 Fatal Push and 2 Terminates gives us some removal against creature decks. 3 Thoughtseize and another Collective Brutality help us strip away combo pieces or powerful threats in a pinch. 2 Grim Lavamancers to deal some extra damage when needed. 1 Engineered Explosives gives us a way to handle Boggles and Lantern Control. And finally, 3 Leyline of the Void to deal with graveyard decks and the Mirror Match. As we've already established, this deck is high variance, and adding too many sideboard cards can be a problem. Not to mention, it is entirely possible that you will just mill the cards you need, making them useless anyway. When sideboarding, just be careful and make sure you only bring in cards you need without disrupting the main board too much. Overall, this deck is really sweet and very strong. Being able to turn 1 multiple 4/4 threats is ridiculous and extremely fun. If you can, I would highly suggest picking up this deck. It is modern though, so the price is up there around the $1,200 to $1,300 mark. Thank you for watching this week's deck tech video. If you have any suggestions for decks you'd like to see in the future, just comment them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you really enjoyed this video so you can stay up to date on all of our other content. Thank you again for watching guys, and we will see you in the next deck tech video.